Leonardo da Vinci is often remembered as the world's greatest genius, an artist, scientist, inventor, and thinker centuries ahead of his time. But to understand Leonardo, we need to look beyond his brilliance. Behind the notebooks, equations, and inventions was a man asking deeply spiritual questions. How is the universe ordered? What connects the human body to the cosmos? And what does creation reveal about the mind behind it? Today, on Divine Imagination, we explore Leonardo da Vinci, where mysticism, science, and sacred geometry quietly meet. Leonardo was born in 1452, the illegitimate son of a notary in rural Italy. Without formal university training, he learned by observation, watching water flow, dissecting plants, studying birds in flight. Leonardo lived in a world shaped by Christianity, but he approached faith differently than Michelangelo. Rather than focusing on doctrine or devotion, Leonardo pursued understanding. For him, nature was not separate from the sacred. Nature was the sacred, a visible expression of divine intelligence. Leonardo believed that to paint the human body, one must first understand it. He dissected corpses, secretly and at great risk, to study muscles, bones, and organs. These were not acts of rebellion, but reverence. Leonardo believed that the human body followed mathematical laws, proportions, ratios, harmonies that echoed the structure of the universe itself. In this sense, anatomy was theology. To study the body was to glimpse the mind of the Creator. The Vitruvian Man is not just a drawing, it's a visual statement. Humanity stands at the intersection of heaven and earth, measured, balanced, and meaningful. Sacred geometry, the belief that mathematical patterns reveal spiritual truths, was not fringe thinking in Leonardo's time. It was mainstream Renaissance philosophy. Leonardo believed geometry governed everything. The curl of a wave, the growth of a plant, the proportions of a face, even the movement of the soul. Circles symbolized eternity. Squares represented the material world. Harmony between them suggested divine balance. Leonardo didn't separate science from spirituality. He believed truth revealed itself through order. Nowhere is Leonardo's spiritual imagination more subtle than in the Last Supper. Rather than focusing on miracles or halos, Leonardo paints a moment of human shock. The instant Jesus says, "One of you will betray me," the apostles react with fear, anger, disbelief, and confusion. Christ, however, remains still, centered, calm, composed. Leonardo uses geometry to communicate theology. Christ forms a perfect triangle, a visual echo of the Trinity. Perspective lines converge behind his head, quietly drawing the viewer's attention to him as the still point of the scene. There are no dramatic divine effects. The sacred is revealed through balance, restraint, and human emotion. Leonardo left behind thousands of notebook pages filled with sketches, riddles, reversed writing, and unanswered questions. He was fascinated by the mysteries of light, water, motion, and consciousness. Though he rarely wrote about God directly, his work reflects a deeply mystical worldview, one that believed reality itself was layered with meaning. For Leonardo, God was not loud. God was precise. The Mona Lisa may be the most famous painting in the world, yet it depicts no saints, no angels, no miracles. And still, viewers sense something profound. Leonardo's mastery of light and shadow, known as sfumato, dissolves hard edges. Her smile exists somewhere between knowing and unknowable. This may be Leonardo's most radical spiritual idea, that mystery does not belong only to heaven, but lives quietly within ordinary human faces. Leonardo da Vinci didn't fit neatly into religious categories. He questioned authority. He trusted observation over tradition. Yet he remained deeply engaged with spiritual questions. In a time when faith was often enforced, Leonardo chose wonder. He believed that to study creation carefully was itself a form of devotion. Michelangelo showed us the divine carved into the human body. Leonardo invites us to see the divine hidden in patterns, proportions, and quiet mysteries. His legacy reminds us that faith and reason are not enemies. They are different languages asking the same eternal questions. This is divine imagination. And the search continues. What is your favorite Da Vinci artwork? Tell us in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in the Divine Imagination 10-part series.